Today we're going to be checking out the S&B Cold Air Intake with an oiled cleanable cotton filter for the 2020 to 2023 6.6 liter Duramax Silverado 2500 HD. If you want a quicker throttle response, a little more sound from your intake, and a cleaner look when you pop that hood to show off the engine to your friends, all without a tune, then this is definitely going to be worth checking out. The key feature here is going to start with this fully closed air box that pulls in cooler air and helps keep the engine heat away from the filter. Inside the box is going to sit S&B's oiled washable cotton filter. You're going to be able to clean it, re-oil it, and run it again, so you're not buying paper filters every time you need a tune. The clear lid lets you check the filter at a glance, and the smooth intake tube gives the air a straighter path to that throttle body for better response and a bit more mid-range pull. Most folks switch to a setup like this when the stock box starts to feel a little bit choked up, they want a little more growl when they step on the gas, or you're towing and you want steadier performance on those hot days. One of the nice visual features is going to be the big clear window with a piece of plexiglass sitting right over here. So when you pop that hood, you get a clear picture of this beautiful filter, and it really helps you show off in that engine bay. There's going to be no tune required, and everyday drivability stays nice and smooth for the long haul. When it comes to the construction on this, you're getting a heat-resistant, very durable sealed air box paired with a roto-molded intake tube. This red cotton filter is going to sit tight inside that air box to keep out dirt, and with high-temp silicone couplers rated up to 400 degrees and quality clamps being included in the kit to help simplify the install process. And if you stick with me, we're going to show you that install here in a minute. As far as the pricing goes on this, it's coming in right in that $400 price range. For a name brand cold air intake with a reusable filter, sealed box, and a tool-free lid, this is a very strong value if you want some real gains over stock without going too overboard. When it comes to the install on this one, it's going to get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in 1 hour of your time. As far as tools go, you should be able to get this job done with just some basic hand tools. Some screwdrivers, pliers, and a socket set could be useful also. Now, let's see exactly how this install process works with a quick video from one of our AmericanTrucks customers.
Good afternoon. I've got a 2020 Duramax L5P that I'm going to swap the normal air intake for a S&B cold air intake. So next few steps I'll be breaking down the old to install the new. So first of all, we're gonna shut off our battery and take all our clamps off, and then we're gonna start breaking this sucker down. There are instructions that come with S&B filter, but I'm gonna do a video of it, which you'll be starting and stopping. But first I'm gonna take these off. Clamps to remove, and then take some bolts out here, take our sensor off, and then we'll go through putting the installation on step by step. So we're going to take this apart and try to make it where you can kind of see. Taking these apart. Not really sure I have to take every one of them apart, but I do have to take them off to get these pieces out. This L5P was deleted already, so it doesn't have as much plastic and housing around it as some of the others. Get these apart. Still doing pretty good. Take our sensor off. I've got a bolt down here to take off. Let's see the sensor. Go ahead and get it out of the way. It's a star 20. Get it undone. I'll go ahead and pop this safety clip back, and then it should pop out. Press that down and it unhooks real easy. And go ahead and take this off so we can install it on the new one. Okay, so that slides out of there. That's just the sensor for the air intake. And now I've got this nut to take out here, unbolted there, and there's a bolt back there that holds the case on, so I'm going to take it off real quick. So I'm going to take this off. That was a 10mm screw or bolt that takes off. So now I'm going to take this whole thing out. Now, put that up so you can see. I'm going to take this whole piece air filter out. That was pretty easy. Now we're going to go to the next part, which is taking the rest of this off so we can install the new box here. Next, I took this piece off and out of the way. Then I noticed this shroud wouldn't fit this big opening, so I got to take this off too, which just unloosen that one, pop it off, and that way, there we go. That way my intake, I'll use that to connect to. So this is an installation of the S&B L5 on an L5P engine. I'm going to open up the plastic, pull my housing out, and put all the rubber seals in first, and then we'll hook it all together. Get everything kind of opened up and torn apart. That way you can see this is a air filter. This is the oil one that will go in. And I've got my sensor plug and extender coming that we will put in as well. I'm going to open up all the new wiring harnesses and put them in. We've got to put all our sealer on everywhere. So this is the O-ring sealer for right here, which we'll install to this. We're gonna just place it in here. Takes just a second to thread it on. And that way, airtight and dust proof. Okay, that one's on. Now I'll go with my, it comes with a punch plug if you don't want it out of your scoop. If you want it to pull from the side, that's what this rubber is. You can put it on the side, or it can pull from the wheel well as well as your hood scoop, either one. The littler one will go for the front. This little one will go up here in the front. So this is where the side punch would be that you can put in, and this is for the bottom for the fender well. Side punch just sits in here with the larger part facing out. So when it sucks air, it at least will seal it to the plastic frame and not suck it all the way in or undo it and open it up. It just snaps in super easy. Just kind of working my fingers on the inside as well as the out. And there's your punch kit right there. I'm going to put the next one here real fast. This one's going to put in. I assume this faces in so it doesn't collect dirt, and that faces out so it can bump up against the shroud that's in the bottom. And I just kind of work it in, fold it up and in, and it just fits in that groove super easy. Make sure there's nothing tucked in. It's got a tight seal on the outside. Check the inside, got a good tight seal. Next one is for the hood scoop. The rubber will, this will set over it, this groove, and then that way it's got a compressed area to push up against your hood scoop. But now the next is installing this rubber washer and flange in to bolt the housing down. And we're going to put it right here in this hole here. We're gonna go ahead and put the spacer in first before the metal, just so it'll collapse down. So now the rubber's in there. We're gonna put our spacer in from the bottom and shove it up in there for the bolt to come through, and then we'll tighten the nut from the inside as we slide it down onto the post. So we ran it through there, got our housing. This here we had to kind of flick up with our hand just a little bit to get the scoop from the fender well into this hole, and it moves around a little bit, so we got it inserted good and tight. So now we're going to bolt it down and then insert our tubing from our housing. We're going to put our rubber seal on our faceplate and then put our filter in there. And now I'm going to put the rubber O-ring here on, so it's ready to receive the piece, and then I'm going to have my hose clamps, put them on, get them ready, and then I'm going to put my sensor back in on here first and bolt it down, and that way it's all ready, because it's going to kind of be up underneath it a little bit now. And then we have our cord that we're going to plug into it, and that for extension, and go ahead and get this bolted in there like so. That way it's ready come time to bolt it in. So we put our rubber foam seal down, and then I'm going to put this in with the little hole facing forward so it can measure the intake and the air quality. It's got a spacer, and then it comes with its own Phillips screws since the spacer. I'm gonna go ahead and get those in there, tighten that up. We'll be ready to go. Now I've got my clamps on, ready to tighten down. I'm gonna go in and set. I got that not super tight, but in there. Now I've got that tightened up and in the sensor. So now we're gonna put this in real fast and insert it into the box first. It'll go. A little bit of twisting action. Get it down in there far enough, and then push it up some and get it set on the rubber that's in there. So now I can tighten that clamp up, and then I'll plug my sensor in my box. I'll push this where it's seated to accept the filter. All tight, hooked up there. Got our sensor in. We're gonna go ahead and plug it back in before we forget. It's plugged in, and then make sure our red switch is pushed in so it doesn't come off or undone. Now we're gonna jiggle this filter in, put it on, and then we'll put the rubber seal and the cap. Now we will put the rubber seal on and around. Really only goes one way for it to seat all around the top. And then we're going to put our cover piece on. Nothing to that, pretty self-explanatory. That's on there. Now we'll grab our piece. The old ones used to have 4 screws to put on there to take these on and off, but now this is just a rubber pull tab to take it on and off. So the hardest part's getting this dang plastic film off of here. It's the hardest. Pull that off. Now I can peel this one. And then that will just slide right up in there. It's kind of got a little bit of an odd shape, but It slides up in there really easy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that corner off so I can slide it all the way in. Very easy everywhere. Make sure it fits good. And now I can go back and push it on the top of it. Super easy. There it is, that pulls it off. That's on there tight. It's hooked down here. Hood scoop, everything. Sensors hooked back on. And this is on a Duramax L5P S&B Cold Air Intake installation.
All right, well that wraps up our review and install of the S&B Cold Air Intake with an oiled cleanable cotton filter for the 2020 to 2023 6.6 liter Duramax Silverado 2500 HD. And for all things Silverado, keep it right here at American Trucks.